my channel. It's your boy D Dyson. Monster, the Ed Gein story. Got to finish it a couple nights ago. I had to have it sit with me for 2 days. First off, all praise to Ryan Murphy and CharlieHunnam for him and his career from Sons of Anarchy to staying in that character, to taking minor roles, to get out of that character, to the failed, he wanted to be Thor, didn't get it, Chris Hemsworth. Then he jumped into The Gentleman, scene stealing, to this. A round of applause for a man like that to play this sick, sadistic character and really take it there. They really went there. The necrophilia, you know, the just how he was. I was like, man, I could not stop watching it. Just like Dahmer, I couldn't stop watching it. All the gruesome parts, the craziness when he turned around with that mask on because he was dancing and he just turned around. I was like, oh my gosh. Gosh, man. And one thing is just sticking out of my mind every time I think about this is sinful cold cuts and how he was going off on Bernice and ended up, and that was so tragic because, you know, Bernice's son is a detective, a sheriff, and finds his mom, you know, and that'll haunt you for the rest of your life, basically. And I just seen and watched how Reimer, it's just a good breakdown of what he was. And even when they got to the mental institute at the end, got to see and understand what schizophrenia is, you know. So I really love that. I really love that aspect of it. And then the most infamous at the end was Richard Speck, and they didn't have to really go there, but they did, you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting enough to see his life and how he was inspired by Ed Gein, and then you got to see the inspiration. So I loved how Ryan Murphy threw it back in people's face from Dahmer when they were saying that, oh, he's glorifying serial killers, where in Ed Gein, you got to see Alfred Hitchcock glorify Ed Gein as far as Psycho, with the parts of Ed Gein that he wanted to do for movies. Psycho, it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it was Silence of the Lambs with Buffalo Bill. So he's throwing it in people's face saying, we've been, as a society and a culture, been idolizing serial killers, and then let me do the most prominent one that inspired it all, which was Ed Gein, the first serial killer, the first of its kind to see why he is like this. Then Ryan Murphy also highlighted a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show that David Fincher created with Mindhunter, and how Netflix canceled it, stating that, oh, it's low viewership, only to put that in here in episode 9 and 10, where they showed these same FBI agents going to these prisons to interview the serial killers to get a psychological behavior profile to catch killers like Ted Bundy, to catch the BTK killer. So it's like, go put that show back up for season 3, because that was such a phenomenal show, only to understand that they did go to see Ed Gein and see what happened with Ed Gein, because that show, Mindhunters, made me look into all the serial killers like Ed Kemper, you know, all these different serial killers. They'd be like, oh wow, it's been happening, just to see how they were catching serial killers like Ted Bundy and the BTK killer. So I love that Ryan Murphy highlighted that. They'd be like, bring that show back, bring it back. Even if David Fincher doesn't want to do it no more, let Ryan Murphy do it. Bring that show back, because that was such a phenomenal show. So I loved everything about this, the gruesome details, even to Ed Gein's on and off basically girlfriend, and how she was sadistic and twisted like him, and how he idolized to Brunswick, Brutenheim or something like that, from the Nazi woman who was flaying Jews, you know, taking their skin, making furniture out of it, like chairs and lamps. So that is why he got that inspiration to do that. And thinking in his mind, it's okay. Even digging up graves, it's okay. Because he's schizophrenic. He just acts on thought and think it's real, so he did it. You know, so he can't really attest to how many murders he actually did, which I think it was the 2 guys out in the field and the 2 ladies. So I think it's about 4 that he did kill. Then the other ones was just dead corpses that he was just doing stuff with. So I was like, yeah, that was beyond what the heck, you know. And again, for Charlie Hunnam to really play this character, psychologically, you can understand what that does to someone, but you could tell he already got out of it by the time this even had came around. Like, he was already like, no, I'm good. And I was just like, man, but powerful performance by Charlie Hunnam. I can't thank that enough. I want to know what the next monster in this season's going to be, because last season was the Mendez brothers, and then the first was Dahmer. So I can't wait to season 4 to see what's going to be happening with who's going to be playing Monster. I would like Aileen Wuornos, but there's so many others that you can actually play, and I'm here for it. Oh, I give this show a 10 out of 10. Definitely spooky. It was definitely eerie. It was definitely must-see TV. It was, in a sense, like compelling to where it's like I want to keep furthering, although this is creeping me out. Like, I'll watch this. It got to the point where I couldn't watch this before I went to sleep. That's how bad it was. Like, I had to watch this during the day, because my mind was just going to keep thinking about what Ed Gein has done, and I'm gonna start having dreams about not horror haunting dreams or bad dreams, just what he was doing, you know. So I really like that fact that something like that stayed on me more than any other show that I'm watching, like Peacemaker, season finale comes out tonight, things like that this stayed with me, and that's how you make a really good show. So, you guys enjoyed my review of Monster, the Ed Gein story on Netflix. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.